Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Aqueduct Racetrack here on Friday. It's the 29th of December 2023. Gonna look the second from the Big A, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's look at the second from Aqueduct, which is the Alex M. Robb Stakes. It's going for a purse of $100,000, race for 3-year-olds and upwards, state breds. We have a field of, let's see, 5 horses going the 1,600-meter journey or 1 mile on the Aqueduct main track. This is one of those OG races from the inner track days here at Aqueduct. Used to be run, if I'm not mistaken, now was it a mile 70 or a mile 16th? I can't remember. We usually run at the end of the year like this time, along with the Damon Runyon, which is now running mid March for 3-year-olds. David Runyon used to be a 2-year-old race, but I like these end of the year, kind of state bred races. You have to always support the local, but the top selection, I'm gonna go with the one horse aggregation. I'm gonna go 1-3-4-2 in the superfecta. 1-3-4-2 super. Top selection one horse aggregation is 4-0 going by Flatter. Chad Brown trains. Kendrick Carmouche gets the mount. The horse's most recent ad came 19th in November at Aqueduct. Mile allowance race 87,000, facing open company that day. He won by 3.5 lengths that day, and on the front end all throughout, he freaked and probably put on a show. He got a career best 100 buyer. He's almost geared down late and just kept going. That was an all around good race. It was a contradiction, but it was still a very good run for him that day. Prior to that, a state bred option 45 here at Belmont at Aqueduct, a mile on the 4th of October. He won by 1.5 lengths, and again on the front end, he broke on top. He quickened up nicely, and nobody was catching him with the blinkers on. That's really changed him. His final start of the summer came 23rd of November at 23rd of August, excuse me, at Saratoga, 7 furlong state bred optional 45, where he finished 6 by 11 quarter lengths off the bench that day. He just never showed up that day, and it wasn't his day to win. He was very flat. The race before that, Belmont in May in state bred optional 45, where he finished 4th by 7 quarter lengths. Daddy Knows was the next start winner. The second place was the next start winner, facing some decent horses on the state bred circuit. He just wasn't getting into him off the bench. And then last year's New York Derby, he finished 3rd by 8 1/4 lengths. Brian Breeze, who's actually running back in this one today, he didn't break, so he broke on top, but then just kind of hit the wall late. But he won at Belmont in May of 2022 quite nicely, and won at Aqueduct locally over the 7 furlongs in April 2022 quite nicely. He's training well, 7-5 off some decent races. Back to state breds. Let's give him a shot. I think the stablemate Dr. Ardito for Manny Franco and Chad Brown can win also. Just getting their heights a little bit too high in the Cigar Mile, where he finished 7 by 11.5 lengths, never showing up. Prior to the 49er over the mile at Aqueduct, he ran a decent place that day, closing up from nowhere, and then he just wasn't handling the 2 turns at Parks in the Park Start Mile. But he won against state breds over the Wilson Mile and the Evan Shipman. Those races could win. He likes this track. He's only lost 3 times on this track and only finished out of the money once on this track. Coming here today, can handle given the ground or a sloppy going. I'll give him a shot in the early pick 4. But to recount my selection for the second from Aqueduct, it's the Alex M. Robb. Gonna take the one horse aggregation. Give kudos to the 3 horse Dr. Ardito. 1-3-4-2 super. 1-3 in the multi race. The Chad Brown exacta here in the feature. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5. Good luck, everybody.